Trading is closed on June 12th, 2023. As always, we'll do our disclaimer, go over our calls, make some predictions. This is my trading plan for Tuesday, which is the 13th of June, 2023. Please remember I can be wrong. All trades should be made at your own risk. Also, until further notice, I'm going to have personal business. I'm still going to do as well as I can to analyze things, but I'm not going to have as much time as I normally have to complete the analysis. Look for a large move today, which we got. We said it was the pattern with the early high, which is this, and tomorrow should have the early low. We said if we gapped down, we should just keep dropping, but if we didn't gap down, I had no call. So we gapped up, so no call. So what we said. Tomorrow has the early low. Well, early on, MEJT gave an ultimate buy signal, but also gave us an optional lower target. Here's the lower target. The ultimate buy obviously worked. In the afternoons, we're rallying. MEJT says this is a false move, won't stick. It retraced. Now says this rally is false, gives it a target of 43.1752. And if we don't gap up tomorrow, that's my call. It's over 20 handles under where we closed. So if we don't gap up, that's the call. I guess the CPI report comes out tomorrow. If it's a favorable response to the report, there's no reason we won't gap up. This is a pretty strong rally, but I can't predict responses to reports. So I'll just say if we don't gap up, that's my call. Here's a daily chart. We're climbing the upper Bollinger Band. This is bar 9 of DeMark's countdown. I know some people want to start the count from here, but if you read his rules again, bar 9 won't obey all the rules, so count should start from here. It doesn't have to be a pause here, but often there is. We're still hugging this trend line, but that hasn't stopped the rally so far. There are any number of ways to count this. You could still count this as 5 waves up and complete, but that doesn't make the count right. It just means if it drops, you can explain it. It's not the only way to count it. You can actually count this as an A, B, C with C equal to A right at the high, and A and B having a good fib relationship, but that's enough for me to explain this as stopping the rally if it stops, but it certainly isn't enough for me personally to risk any money without more confirmation than that. Just because one count works doesn't mean some other count won't. Well, tomorrow's pattern has early low, doesn't mean you won't gap up. There's a lower target. If we don't gap up smartly, the rules say it prints. Now, sentiment indicators are warning of a top, and eventually they're going to win out. And it's also possible to count the waves and making a complete rally. But neither of these precludes going higher tomorrow, although there's a good chance we aren't going to go higher unless we gap up. And that we don't know yet. The CPI report comes out tomorrow. I can't predict the response to economic reports with a sufficient degree of accuracy to make me risk my money before finding out what the report says. So if the response is unfavorable and we gap down, we have a target. If it's a favorable response and we gap up, doesn't mean the number won't print, but I'm just not predicting it'll print tomorrow if we gap up. So it's a strong rally. There are any number of days you could count as it being over. We have the trendline resistance, we have the wave count, we have sentiment indicators, but until you get a reversal, even though those would explain a high, they don't guarantee a high. And if we do drop from here, I think any drop is going to be limited. Just be aware this is a possible top. It's the pattern with the early low, but nothing stops us from gapping up if the response to the report's favorable tomorrow. That's today's call.